Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So with fall approaching just around the corner in most countries, I decided to do a fall look. I'm going to prep my skin using the Caudalie Beauty Elixir all over my face just to wake my skin up and give it a slight boost of moisture before I go in with any face cream. Just going to let that soak in, it just smells so good. That's what you're seeing here. Just going to pat that in, and then I'm going to go in with my Milk Vegan Milk Moisturizer, which is apparently made from only sources of vegan milk, so that's quite an interesting fact. It's quite comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream as well, if you're familiar with that. I think it's kind of the same consistency. It's slightly thicker though, I would say. Next, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in 03 on the high points of my face, the cheekbone, cupid's bow, bridge of the nose, brow bone, you know, all those lovely spaces. To prime my face, I'm going to go in with the usual, the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Blurring Primer, just on the center parts of my face. Tell me, what do you guys think about primers? Do you think it's a necessary step? Do you think it makes a world of a difference, or any difference at all? I feel like with my skin, which is mostly dry, but I do get an oily T-zone sometimes, I feel like it's kind of necessary to put under foundation, especially if it's going to be a long day or I really need the makeup to hold. But I would love to hear your thoughts on primer as well. For a little bit more glow, I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Face and Body Glow on the high points of my face, mostly the cheekbones, just to bring back that element of shine. And I'm going to go in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in 5.75. I genuinely think that this is my perfect match. So instead of using a brush, I'm just going to go straight in with my beauty blender, and I just want to see the difference. And I feel like I really prefer just the beauty blender. But even after using the beauty blender, I realized that I needed it to be blended in even more seamlessly. So what I did was I kind of ditched the tools and I went back to basics. I'm using my fingers. And let me tell you, it made the world of a difference. The foundation was just so nicely blended into the skin once you use your fingers, and of course, fingers are awesome. They just do the job so well, and the warmth of your fingertips just helps blend the product even better. So I felt that my skin looked so good because of the fingers. To highlight and conceal, I'm going in with my favorite concealer right now, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer in 04. I think I need to get another one of this because although this color is really nice, it matches me pretty well. I need a slightly lighter color as well because I really like to highlight underneath my eyes so that there's a bit of dimension on my skin. But I really do love this concealer. To bring some warmth back into my face, I'm going to use the Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick just on the sides of my face, just to give it a little bit more dimension so it doesn't look so one tone. To set most of that in, I'm going in with the Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder with a small fluffy brush, just patting that into the high points of my face, but avoiding the parts where I want to use cream, blush, or highlight later on. So I'm just mostly patting this underneath my eyes, around my nose, around my lips, just wherever I would crease and wherever I feel I don't need to add any more cream products. And finally, we're on to brows. I need my brows to look groomed before moving on to any other parts of the makeup, because once your brows are set, everything becomes so clear. Trust me. I've learned this little trick from Painted by Spencer on YouTube, where with this specific brow gel, you brush your hairs upward and then you also brush them downward so that each and every single hair is coated with that gel. And then you just brush it back up and create the shape you want. Life-changing. It makes your brows last even longer, which I didn't think this gel could do, but wow, I just love this trick. Painted by Spencer is such a wonderful beauty makeup channel on YouTube. I've learned so much from him. It's amazing. Please check him out. By the way, guys, I'm so sorry if you can see me mumbling around throughout the video. It's because I was just listening to some songs and I was really feeling it. So yeah. Now to fill in the brows, I'm going to go in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow in 3.5. I prefer this pencil over the Goof Proof because it's a thinner tip, and so you can really just control what you're doing. With the Goof Proof, I find myself really going overboard sometimes, and then it's just a disaster. But with this one, you really can't go overboard. So I'm just filling in any sparse areas and just creating the shape that I want, which is a slight arch. Now that the brows are pretty much done, I'm going to go in with my Nars Tinted Smudge Proof Eye Base, and I use this for a couple reasons. So one, I like to just make sure that my eyes are primed for shadow so that they can be as vibrant as possible, and two, just so that it's a clear and even base, and so it just makes things easier for me to see which colors I want to use. So now I'm just going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Eye Palette in the Sophisticate, just because it has some really nice neutral tones to create some crease colors, because the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using doesn't have some neutrals that I need, so I'm just going to start off by using some neutrals from this little quad. This doesn't apply for all shadows, but if it's a crease color, then I just like to keep blending. So once I'm happy with my crease color, I'm going to go in with the Pat McGrath Mothership Bronze Seduction palette. It's so gorgeous. You can't even see all the nuances of glitter and color in this screen, but it's so gorgeous. It's so multi-dimensional and faceted, and I just love using this. Whenever I use this palette, I re-fall in love with it because the formula is so gorgeous. It blends like a dream, and it's just never patchy. It's just a blast to have fun with. So for this fall look, I just went in with the deepest, warmest brown shade in the palette, and I just started creating the shape that I want, which is usually a winged out shape parallel to my cheekbones. So I'm just going to put the brown shade underneath my eye and in the crease as well, and any gaps that I've left is where I'm going to put the most pigmented shadow. Now I'm just going to deepen up that brown shade on the outer corner of the eye, just bring that inward toward the inner part of the eye as well, because I want this look to be almost smoky, fall inspired smoky brown. Once I'm happy with the blend and the color and the shape, I'm going to go in with the main color, which is this bold tangerine kind of red. And I know it looks like plain red on the screen, but trust me, when you reflect it, it's like it has a bit of gold and a bit of green as well. So when your eye shifts, it looks like you're wearing so many colors on your lid. It's gorgeous. Now, because I just want to pack on that color, I'm taking my MAC 239, which is a really flat, dense, small brush, and I'm just placing that color onto my lid. When it comes to smoky makeup, I like to do both eyes in unison. I kind of just do one step at a time rather than doing one eye, completing that eye and then going on to another eye. I just feel that this way your makeup just looks more cohesive. So now I'm just feathering that color outward into a wing shape, which I think complements my eyes best. So I'm just going to do that to both the eyes, and then I'm going to put the exact same shade underneath as well, and then slowly building up on the intensity and the deepness, and then I'm going to go back in with that dark brown and blend again in case any of that intensity was lost while we were blending. And I'm going to go in with this extremely beautiful white gold iridescent shimmer on the inner corner of my eye. So I'm just putting this on the inner corner of my eye and on the middle part of my eye, and then I'm going in with the Marc Jacobs fine liner in blacquer, which is, it's such a thin liner. I love it so much. It's a gel liner, so it's perfect for if you want to do a top lash line liner as well, but I just love it to tight line. And now fixing the brows up again, just to make sure that they look the way I want them to look right before the makeup is complete. Now going in with my favorite Benefit roller liner. It's so black and pigmented and lasts all day, so I love it. I finally got the bigger one. So I'm not going to make an intense wing, I'm just going to make an itty bitty tiny little wing today, because I just want the colors to shine and I want the makeup to be more not so crazy full glam, although it is full glam, but I just don't want it to be, you know, the thick liner and the lips and the eyes, so one thing had to give. Now I'm going in with the L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara, which is such a unique mascara. You can bend it so that it's easier to use, and I think that's just so smart. Now that the eyes are complete, I'm just going back in with that deep brown shade to intensify, because once you add liner and lashes, it just kind of dims a little bit, so I added a little bit more darkness. So you see, now it just looks even more dramatic, so I just love that. And now I'm just going to go back in with that red shade and that gold shade as well, because I feel like it also lost some intensity. So we're just bringing those colors back to life. Now for some cream blush, I'm going in with the Nudestix Nudies Matte in Sunkissed, which is the perfect fall color. Just look at it. It's like a terracotta, bricky, coppery kind of color, and it just goes so perfectly with the eyes. I'm not trying to do a monochromatic look here, but I think that's what it's turning out to be. Now going in with the Patrick Ta blush in She's Passionate, which is a really pretty corally deep pink tone. I'm just putting that mostly on the apples of my cheeks. Now to highlight the skin, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Skin Illuminator in Addiction. I kind of messed up. I was supposed to put a cream highlight underneath this so that this would shine, which is why you really can't see it that much, because I'm putting matte on top of matte, powder on top of powder. So that's a mistake learned. Now for the lips, because I want them to be deep and dark fall inspired lips, I'm going in with the Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk Intense 3 just to outline my lips and create the shape that I want, which is just, you know, outlining my lips. I don't really like to overline too much. And now going in with the Nudestix Intense Matte in Vintage, the perfect fall shade. Perfect. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And I bet you it will suit everyone. So I'm just putting that on my lips all over, and it goes on super, super creamy. And then it just dries down to a really beautiful matte finish. So I'm pretty happy with this color, so I'm just going back in with that lip liner and just defining the edges, making sure that it looks super neat because I want this lip to be neat. And there we have it, the lip is done. I really, really like this lip actually. It's so perfect for fall. I just wish it was fall where I live. And then because I have a few beauty marks that aren't very prominent, I just went in with a brow pencil to intensify them. And I created one as well on top of my lip, because why not? So that's it for this fall makeup look, you guys. I really hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!